It is time for Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. It is late. It is almost 11 p.m. here on the East Coast.
It's early for us.
It is early for us.
Yeah.
I'm raring
We're
to
moving
go.
on. We're moving well here.
Although I was in at 10:30 this morning doing 4 college basketball games.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
know.
part
Cry
of the
me a
reason
river, Justin Timberlake. All right, suck that shit up. You're here with me now.
You're right. It's still early. We got 2 games in the printing press. The articles have been written. We just need the headlines.
Yeah.
And Chris Simms is the best
Oh,
headline guy
I
in the
got it.
business. Dolphins beat the Browns 20-3, a shellacking here. No Tua.
No Tua.
A surprise scratch
Right.
early in this one with a hip injury. Now we don't even know if he'll play again this regular season or
No.
if they make the playoffs.
Kind of crazy.
Still in the playoff hunt, though, because they won this game. Your headline for it is...
In the Huntley. Get it? Get
They
it? Huntley
are.
is the quarterback.
And they're
Got
in the
it?
hunt.
They are in the
So
hunt.
they can clinch a playoff
Yeah.
berth with a win at the Jets. Well, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
And they need Denver to lose against Kansas City in a game that the Chiefs do not need to play any of their starters in. So
and
that
we'll
would be the
discuss
worry.
that later. There's some things to discuss there,
Okay,
certainly.
all right. But they're still in it. They're
still in it. Defense is damn good. I mean, the defense is a pain in the butt in what they're doing there down in Miami. And, of course, we said this a little last week. Cleveland's just, with DTR at quarterback, they're just not dangerous enough on the offensive side of the ball. I think one thing that we've seen here is, like, DTR is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. And I also do wonder if he's doing well enough here to actually solidify himself as the backup quarterback. That's what the test is right now, and I think it's very iffy where we're at after the last 2 games I've saw.
He threw the ball 47 times for a grand total of 170
Exactly
yards.
right, and it just doesn't look good, right? I think anybody watching the game, the look doesn't look right. There's missed throws, right? Sometimes the ball flutters in the air. It doesn't look the way you'd want it to. You know, he does have some movement ability, but doesn't throw great with people collapsing on him in the pocket. Now, Miami, hey, that was the most Tua-like performance I've seen from a quarterback that they've had, not named Tua. Usually this offense kind of falls apart without Tua, right?
So Kamiz
Right.
Artionami.
Right. What's he
I think that's how
saying?
I say it. If you speak at all on Snoop Huntley, be sure to recognize that among his 4 incompletions were an intentional spike, a pure drop by Malik Washington.
Yeah, I saw
He pretty
that.
much ran the full Tua offense and was leading rusher on the day. No fluke.
That was my big thing watching it, was going, this is the first time I've watched the Dolphins without Tua and go, they look like they're running their offense. And again, reps are important. That's where a guy that's getting practice, he's played a little bit this year. He's starting to understand how teams and people defend, some of the things, the motions, the shifts they do. But if you watch the game back, you're going to go, boom, it was Washington over the middle. Tyreek Hill, little skinny pop slant post over the middle, boom, boom, boom. And then, of course, made some nice plays with his legs. He did a good job. They're a ball, like I've been saying, they're a ball control, ugly passing football team. Mm-hmm. It's a little odd because they're so explosive, but they're not explosive right now. They kind of just, 5 yards here, 4 yards here. Keep the clock going. We're going to control the clock. We'll score, maybe field goal, maybe touchdown, and then we'll rely on our defense. It's interesting how they're doing it, but it's effective, and it's kind of ugly. It's not as fun to watch as it used to be with the Miami Dolphins, but I give Huntley a lot of credit. And this kind of performance, Huntley, he puts another one out there like this. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Cooper Rush has bought himself being a backup quarterback for the next 8 years in the NFL because of the way he played. Tyler Huntley, he puts another performance out like this next week. Same for him. He is going to buy himself a ticket to be, I'm a backup quarterback in the NFL for a long, long time. You can trust me. And I hope he does it. And he looked good today. He definitely did.
Yeah, I kind of thought that with Tyler Huntley in Baltimore. I mean,
Exactly.
that was a little
It was kinda going
bit
that
of a
way.
head scratcher. It's
Right.
like, he's the perfect guy
Right.
to stay there and
Exactly
be the
right.
backup quarterback. And now it seems like he's the perfect guy to be in Miami to be the backup quarterback.
He gets the ball out of his hands quick. He's pretty accurate. And what I would like to add on to this today is the way he threw and being accurate, they didn't run the ball worth a freaking damn today, right? He led the team in rushing.
Yep.
They never got that going. So that tells you that they had to rely on him to make some throws and make some plays. They did it. Showed a little grit. Good for the Miami Dolphins getting the win on the road.
So a bad offensive day for the Cleveland Browns, a better one by the Miami Dolphins. A great offensive day by the New York Giants.
What? Say that again. That doesn't go in the same sentence. One
They
more time
scored
for me.
45. The great offensive day for the New York Giants. I'll run that back. 45 points, the most they have scored in a game since 2015.
Holy crap.
It's been almost a decade there. They beat the Colts. They eliminate the Colts from playoff contention, 45-33. Your headline for this game is?
Bad neighbors. We're bad neighbors. I mean, we're only a few states over from Indianapolis. And, you're supposed to give them a nice New York welcome. Go, hey, you still want to get in the playoffs? We suck. We'll give you that chance.
And we want the number 1 pick, so maybe we will let you win this game.
But Malik Nabers went off today. I think clearly his best game as a rookie, right?
He was awesome.
He was awesome. It wasn't just like toe-tapping catches on the sideline. I mean, what he did after the catch on a few plays, of course, his ability to catch the ball with people around him and hanging on him, to me, that's one of the special things he has because he's not 6'4", right? But he can jump, and he's strong as hell. So that was awesome to watch. And then, of course, Drew Lock looked like he settled in. I was shocked at how well they moved the ball on the Colts all day. I really did. Dayball and company on the offensive side, they had it down as far as knowing the rules of that Seattle scheme defense and how to attack it a little bit. And, man, I mean, from the get-go, they had their way on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. And then you couple that with a few mistakes early on that kind of jump-started, I think, the Giants. Flacco throwing a bad interception on the first drive when they were in field goal range and maybe driving it down to score a touchdown or do something like that. That was a big moment. There was the kick return to start the third quarter because it kind of felt like, are the Giants going to be able to hang on? Are they going to mess this up somehow, some way?
It was the big plays,
and
right?
It was
Malik Nabers, either the jump ball or the making guys miss and
right.
with the touchdown.
Right.
They didn't run the ball that well, but Tracy had a 40-yard, ripped off a 40-yard run. So it was like a few big plays for the Giants in that one. That advanced them. Dun 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 dun. dun.
You're good today. I didn't have to point at you.
A tip of the cap from our producer Matt Casey with the back seat, keeping an eye on the game. So Atlanta just converted a 4th and 11.
4th and 11
at
out
the
route.
19, 2:25 to go. 1st and 10. 7 points down.
Yep, and now they got Ray McCloud on a little speed sweep. Another first down. They're inside the 4-yard line.
Wow.
So it's over 2 minutes left still. So even if they score here, Jaden Daniels is going to have the ball, which is going to be scary. But, damn, Penix, laser, out route, Drake London on 4th and 11. Come on. Like, that's the stuff that, yes, he's going to be able to bring to the table to a different level maybe that Kirk Cousins couldn't do that.
All right, got a couple as we get back here to the Giants. One
Yeah,
Compass Traveler says, welcome back, AF. Hope it's all okay. Giants don't know how to tank properly. They had one chance at the 100th anniversary, and they screwed it. So as a Giants fan,
I don't
are you
care.
conflicted?
I'm not conflicted. First off, it's just too hard. And, like, with the guy like Brian Daboll who's coaching for his life, and, like, he's like, what do you think? He's going to, like, not coach as well here down the stretch and, like, give up? It's hard to tank and get everybody to tank. Go ahead again.
Dun, 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 dun. What just happened
They
right there?
snapped the ball over. I think they got in the Wildcat, and they snapped the ball over Bijan Robinson's head. 22-yard loss. So we went from 2nd and goal to the 4, or 1st and goal at the 4 to 2nd and goal on the 26 now.
Wow.
So Michael Penix is going to have to bring out the Holitzer here at some point and throw a touchdown pass.
So now Bijan Robinson has fewer yards maybe total now than he did in the first half, right? Because he has, he has 59 yards total right now.
That's crazy. That shouldn't go against his rushing stat.
My son's going against him in fantasy, so I think
so
that
he's
actually
happy
should.
about
That
that.
actually should go against.
Definitely.
He should be in bed right now, but we'll see. All right, 2-minute warning right there. Okay, so
Giants,
back to the Giants
Right.
here. Pete has written something in the rundown. He goes, hold on. Chris said this, quote, we want to win line last year, and then the Giants won some games with Tommy Cutlets and blew their chance at Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
He goes, but I do agree. Just win, baby.
Well, again, it's a hard thing to do to get everybody into that, right? Like Drew Lock's playing for his life, so he's not going to sit there and be like, well, I know the owner doesn't want us to win, so I won't throw to Malik Nabers when he's open. Like it's in the NFL, tanking has got more parts than any other sport. So that's where it's tough. It's going on Brian Daboll's gravestone about his record with the Giants. He's not going to just give it up. He's not. Let alone he probably thinks he's getting fired anyway, so he's like, the next regime and their first pick. I don't give a damn, right? So that there's too many things involved in that altogether.
Yeah.
But also last year, Like, I was still hopeful. Daniel Jones tore his ACL early in the year. They had that tough schedule to start the year. So I was still hopeful, like, hey, we can make this work with Daniel Jones and make that happen, right? So that's where it was a little different. I know we might not have the number 1 pick. We'll see.
Who even is the number 1
right?
player, though?
I don't know if we know that either.
And
the good thing is the Patriots got the number 1 pick right now, and they don't need a quarterback. So that shouldn't hurt us, but we'll see where this goes. I understand the frustration by the fans.
But I always say this, too. It's like the reason you won this game, a big part was Malik Nabers.
Yes.
And you'd rather have Malik Nabers on your team and the number 4 pick than Malik Nabers not on your team and the number 1 pick.
From TV scouting, right, we know Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward are going to be in the conversation, and I'm just going to tell you, I will be shocked, right, and I'll be the first one to tell you when I break it down. I think Jalen Milroe is going to get in this conversation from Alabama. I do. I've seen just enough watching TV to go, he opens my eyes up about as much as anybody in the game. So we'll see where it goes. Maybe we don't even know who the hot commodities are yet. It's still very early in the process.
Okay, so real quick on the Indianapolis side here, eliminated from playoff contention, Slapper Dink says, explain to me honestly why any coach or GM should remain on the Colts payroll. Look at the last 8 years, then explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. So Slapper Dink pretending he's 5 years old.
Okay, so there's a lot there. First off, I'm a huge fan of Shane Steichen. So you're not going to get me off that train. I mean, Shane Steichen, what we've talked about all year. I mean, he's had quarterback that can't really complete a pass on a consistent basis, and they still make it competitive and are in the playoff conversation and offensively are a pain in the ass to deal with week after week, even though their quarterback's going 7 for 24. So that says something to it there, right? I understand, too, that the draft, like, they've had a lot of good meat and potatoes. Maybe they've missed on a few superstars here and there or whatever else. To me, the big thing is they just have not been able to get the splash player on the defensive side of the ball, and they haven't been able to get the quarterback situation right. Since Andrew Luck retired on them unexpectedly, that has thrown their whole organization into a frenzy, and they have not been able to nail that position. So what I would say is that you were delivered a really tough blow with that, and it's set back your organization a little bit, and now it's cost you coaches and certain other players on it, and that's why Slapper Dink, I would say, I'm not trying to talk to you like you're 5 years old, but I wouldn't give up on everything in your organization. But here we go.
That was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai. Dun, 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 dun.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.